Dwayne Douglas Johnson. Dwayne Douglas Johnson. Born May 2, 1972, also known by his ring name The Rock. Is an American actor and former professional wrestler. Widely regarded as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He was integral to the development and success of the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. Now WWE, during the Attitude Era, an industry boom period in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Johnson wrestled for the WWF for 8 years prior to pursuing an acting career. His films have grossed over $3.5 billion in North America and over $10.5 billion worldwide, making him one of the world's highest-grossing and highest-paid actors. Johnson was born in Hayward, California on May 2, 1972, the son of Ada Johnson and former professional wrestler Rocky Johnson. Growing up, Johnson lived briefly in Grey Lynn in Auckland, New Zealand with his mother's family, where he played rugby and attended Richmond Road Primary School before returning to the U.S. Johnson's father was a black Nova Scotian with a small amount of Irish ancestry. His mother is Samoan. His father and Tony Atlas were the first black tag team champions in WWE history, in 1983. His mother is the adopted daughter of Peter Maivia, who was also a professional wrestler. Johnson's maternal grandmother Leah was one of the first female pro wrestling promoters, taking over Polynesian Pacific Pro Wrestling after her husband's death in 1982 and managing it until 1988. Through his maternal grandfather Maivia, Johnson is a non-blood relative to the Anoa'i wrestling family. In 2008, Johnson inducted his father and grandfather into the WWE Hall of Fame. Johnson attended Montclair Elementary School in Charlotte, North Carolina before moving to Hamden, Connecticut, where he attended Shepherd Glen Elementary School and then Hamden Middle School. At Freedom High School in the Lehigh Valley, Johnson initially struggled and was drawn into a culture of conflict and petty crime. Before the age of 17, he was arrested multiple times for fighting, theft, and check fraud and was suspended 2 weeks for fighting. The local newspaper later described him as a troubled teenager with a history of run-ins with police. Freedom High School football coach Jody Quick, however, saw athletic potential in Johnson and recruited him to join Freedom's football team, where he played defensive tackle. The experience proved the beginning of a personal transformation for Johnson. My thought process started to change. That's when I started thinking about goals and what I wanted to accomplish, he has since said about his high school football experience. Football career. As he did in high school in Pennsylvania, Johnson continued to play defensive tackle at the University of Miami. He was a member of the Miami Hurricanes football team during his freshman year in 1991. Despite playing 4 years there, Johnson found himself behind elite players on the depth chart, including future NFL star and Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee Warren Sapp, and appeared mostly in backup roles. In 1995, Johnson graduated with a Bachelor of General Studies and a dual major in criminology and physiology. Additionally, Johnson was one of the university's most prolific student speakers in the Miami area community, frequently delivering positive messages about his own struggles and encouraging them to remain in school and avoid the dangers of drug use. Canadian Football League. Following his graduation, Johnson was signed by the Calgary Stampeders of the Canadian Football League. Calgary moved Johnson from defensive tackle to the linebacker position. He was assigned to Calgary's practice roster, but was cut 2 months into Calgary's 1995 season. Film actor. Johnson entered Hollywood and the film industry, becoming a star initially through his wrestling popularity and noted work ethic. Over his acting career, he became one of the highest-paid and most successful actors in Hollywood. He began his acting career on television while wrestling. In his first television acting job, in 1999, he played his own father in an episode of that 70s show called That Wrestling Show. Nearly a year later, he appeared in the Star Trek Voyager episode, Sunkets, as an alien wrestler who fought popular character Seven of Nine. While Johnson was away from WWE, the company continued to sell The Rock merchandise. And he continued to be featured prominently in the opening montages of their television shows. In 2012, Johnson founded his production company 7 Bucks Productions. Though originally attached as producer and star, Johnson will now serve solely as the former on a film adaptation of the Jansen Directive. John Cena will fill the leading role, with Akiva Goldsman attached as screenwriter. Additionally, he will produce and star in a Netflix-exclusive film titled John Henry the Statesman as the titular folklore hero. The film will be directed by Jake Kasdan, from a script co-written by Kasdan and Tom Wheeler. With the first official teaser trailer released in October 2018, the project marks Kasdan and Johnson's third collaboration. Following Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle and Jumanji, The Next Level. He got a partial Samoan PEA tattoo on his left side in 2003. In 2017, he had the small Brahma bull tattoo on his right arm covered with a larger half-sleeve tattoo of a bull's skull. In February 2020, WWE announced that Johnson's daughter Simone began training at the WWE Performance Center, making her the first fourth-generation WWE wrestler. On May 16, Johnson announced she had signed a contract with WWE. And in May 2022 announced that her ring name would be Ava Raine.